Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Premier Draft Outlaws of Thunder Junction. You may notice we're usually of course I include the draft in these draft videos, but I messed up the recording, and I didn't notice it until I was almost done with the drafting, so I figured I would just bring you guys in for the deck building here. As you can see, we still have cuts to make, but I have my card pool. There's not much of interest in the sideboard that we could bring in, like there's a gold pan, Armored Armadillo, Outlaw Medic. None of those are especially good. And Red White was just wide open. I was getting so much good stuff. Even like, I think I got. This is not incredible or anything, but I got this like pick 13 in the last pack. Prickly Pear wheeled, Form of Posse wheeled. Mystical Tether I got late. I don't think it was on the wheel. Anyway, we have a pretty solid. Let's split it up by creatures, actually. Yeah, lots. Great. Okay, good. 17. Yeah, so we have some non-creatures to cut, probably. But, notably, I do have, like, 3 board pump effects and a bunch of token makers. That's the plan. I have Outlaw's Fury times 2. I have Requisition Raid. And I just have a ton of tokens and tiny creatures, is the idea. A few combat tricks. I don't think I need a Thunder Salvo. We have like good removal in this deck. I took a Ferocification, didn't I? Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I skipped it in like, pack 2, pick 3 or whatever, and then it was pack 2, pick 11, and Ferocification was still there, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll run that. We also have this guy with like, the flyer with Mega Prowess. That's another way to get in some early damage. I'm not like in love with the Pixie because I don't want to have to replay any of my creatures. I got this on the wheel in pack 3, so I'm probably cutting it. Vengeful Townsfolk. I don't know. If my creatures die, that would be like kind of sad, so maybe I just get rid of this. Obviously, they're going to die, but like it's just a 3-mana 3/3. It doesn't make a token or anything. I have a 3-mana 3/3 that like catches me up in lands against the control decks to help fuel Form of Posse. I'm much more excited about that than about Vengeful Townsfolk. Vigilante. I have only a small number of crimes, I think. I mean, I guess, I don't know. The Mystical Tethers and the Lassoed by the Law are the main ones. A land. Ride Down. But it's still a big threat, I think. Trained Airings is the bread and butter of my 2-drops, though, I think. So Shepherd of the Clouds, it's expensive, but it's also a 4/3 flyer. I have only 2 mounts. I skipped taking a sheep. Instead of taking the 4-mana 3/4 sheep, I took a Prickly Pear, I think it was. Because it comes with the token right away, as opposed to making you jump through some hoops for the token. So, most of the time, I won't have a mount on board. Oh, I guess I can cut a land first, right? There's no way we're running 17. Yeah. Hard to say which color I am most willing to cut. Like, I guess I have about the same amount of early game red and early game white, but my early game red costs 1 and my early game white costs 2, so cut the white. We have a ton of Mercenary tokens, specifically. Like the Prickly Pears, Lassoed by the Law. Oh, I skipped, gosh. It was like pack 1, pick 2 or something like that there was a Prosperity Tycoon I didn't take. But I think that was when I got Mystical Tether instead, so like I'm still pretty happy with that. I don't know. So these top end cards, they're flyers, but I don't think they're really what I need. At least that one, like put a counter on something, who cares? I'm not really winning with flyers, I'm winning with tokens. This one might be worth it because, hey, like reanimating a Prickly Pear or something is pretty sick. Yeah, I think Ferocification. I just don't want to spend 3 mana not playing a creature. It would make my creatures better, but I just don't think it's worth it. I do want to keep all this removal. Maybe it could be right to chuck Form a Posse. Just one copy. Because I do want all these combat tricks. I mentioned during the draft, back when I thought you could hear me, that like you want combat tricks in an aggro deck so you can attack even when the board situation is not that favorable. Because it's really important to be attacking all the time. I mean, Claim Jumper is one of these ones I'm not so sure about. It and Frontier Seeker are kind of like, you know, they're creatures that search for lands, kind of, and I'm not sure how important that is. But this one has decent stats, and this one doesn't. And it often misses. But you can play it for 2, which is very important. This one's obviously a little bit better on the draw, because when your turn starts, opponent will have more lands than you if nobody's missed any yet. But you don't really want to have to play this off curve, like play this on turn 4, and then because you haven't played your 4th land yet, you get to ramp. Like, that's not that great. You just want to curve out. So I don't know. This is more for like playing catch up into the late game, where the control deck has outlanded me. They're at like 8 or something. I play Claim Jumper, I get 2 lands on the field, and then next turn I can form a posse for 1 billion, and then Outlaw's Fury to kill them, is like what I imagine would be the dream scenario for Claim Jumper. But I don't know if that's realistic. It's just, you know, decent stats. It's sort of the main thing. How many Outlaws do we have? I think it's a lot, right? 14 creatures. 4 Mercenaries is 4. 2 Pirates is 6. And a Rogue is 7. That's only half, but keep in mind that like Lassoed by the Law comes with a thing. Prickly Pear, I guess it comes with another Outlaw, so that's not that helpful. So I guess the question is, how often is Mind Raider coming in with an actual treasure? Sometimes. But also it really benefits from the Mercenary tokens because it has trample, so you can just, you know, if you have 4 Mercenaries or something, you make this a 7/2 trample, and it's a big problem. Obviously 4 Mercenaries is a lot, but I assume we'll have that in at least some of our games. We have worked hard on Mercenaries. Tough to make this final cut. Maybe it's supposed to be a land? We really do top out at 3. Let's give it a try. I mean, I don't know. If that's the case, I should just cut Shepherd, right? No, because I have, like, Claim Jumper. You know what? We'll just cut another land. We'll run 15, see how this goes. There you go. 8 minutes, 9 minutes dithering in the deck building phase, huh? That's me. Just to make like 7 cuts. It's 1 minute per card. Embarrassing. Great hand. Not totally clear what we're playing first. But we have 3 lands and a bunch of 2s. It's a good place to be. We could just run out the Bird Wizard. But I don't know. I don't have a plan to give it a buff anytime soon, so I think I'll just play a Frontier Seeker, see if we can hit an Airynx. No hits. What are we losing? Ride Down, Requisition Raid, Outlaw's Fury. Okay, well, we already have one Outlaw's Fury. So our other two board pumps are gone, though. They're at the bottom of the deck, never to be seen again. So this is it as far as finishers. Oh, I found an Airynx anyway, huh? Okay. Opponent 3 mana passes. Was this like Holy Cow or something? Why would that be in a green-white deck? They just don't have anything, maybe. This is weird. No land either? Their hand is full of spells and they can't cast any of them. Okay. Well, let's go in for the kill. Obviously, this doesn't kill them, but it's like, you know, a way to try to have them be killed soon. In fact, how much damage is this? 6? Next turn, Outlaw's Fury, 6 + 8. I mean, that's lethal next turn. I'll keep the Mind Raider. It seems fine. Yeah, this without. I mean, if they play nothing, we have 14 damage. This is the land they drew. Yeah, okay. They drew this land. It didn't give them any new mana. They don't have any new spells. So, I mean, Outlaw's Fury just kills them. Although, let's make the treasure first. I don't think I need more of that. It's not lethal. Lethal already, is it? No. I do have to Outlaw's Fury. Okay, opponent never cast a spell, and we killed them on turn, I think it was 5, maybe 6. Five, yeah, I never missed a land. I played these guys together on turn 4 with my 4 mana. Turn 6, I played this and used the treasure to Outlaw's Fury. Okay, we take those. Opponent was apparently missing their blue. Not what I expected. I mean, obviously missing a color is an explanation for them never doing anything. Red spells, white spells. Unluckily, I could not kill any of my opponent's creatures. D money. Can't do anything with this hand. I have a 2-drop. I guess I'll keep it. Jeez. Tough hand. I mean, I guess this is what I get for cutting down to 15. I hit fewer lands, and thus I'm less likely to have, like, both colors. I mean, I don't necessarily need Outlaw's Fury and Requisition Raid. But I dream of, like, forming a posse and doing one of those things. Let's get rid of the white effect. Just in case what I hit is a bunch of mountains, I can at least still sort of do something. Although, not really, I guess. If I hit mountains and, like, prickly pears and stuff, then this will be cool. Oh, where were you last turn, you big jerk? On the top of my deck is where, of course. It's not going great for us, guys. But at least if I had a third land, I get a treasure. That's something. That's scary. Huh? Although if they saddle up, they take more damage. That's nice. Just mill 2 lands. Take that. Yeah, I mean, it's treasure time. Here we go. I don't know what I'm doing, really. Like, it still looks pretty bad, obviously. But, you know, we have 3 creatures. That's enough that Outlaw's Fury is somewhat of a force to be reckoned with. At least they don't have a way to make 3/1 tokens. Yuck. That's tough to kill. I mean, I guess we just swing an Outlaw's Fury, hope for the best. This is 12 damage? Put them to 2? And also maybe exile a land to play this turn? I think we have to. Now it's very difficult for them to make any attacks. And the reindeer is lethal. Or not reindeer, what am I talking about? Roadrunner. That doesn't have haste. Well, it will this turn. They're going to put me at 2. Uh-oh. And then kill me? Nice. Alright, good game. Tough one. Just struggled a little bit under having not any lands. Honestly, if I had had this in hand on turn 1 and drawn the bird instead for turn 2, I mean, that was the 2 damage I needed. Alright, well, can't win them all. Critwall. Looking good. I have a 2-drop and then, I don't know, a bunch of removal. Even protection for it. Is it possible that I should plot this so that I can take up the shield to protect it? I miss 1 damage this turn. But it's likely to do so much more. I don't want to be holding up, take up the shield regularly, but on specifically turn 3, I mean, I don't know. What are they going to do? They might shoot the sheriff? It's nice to be protected from a turn 2 removal spell. Sheriff, shoot the sheriff, does its due. I think it is worth plotting this to make sure it gets in for a bit more. If they play a creature, I can remove it. If they don't, I can hold up, take up the shield, and either way, this is getting in for noticeably more damage, and it's safe from removal. Yeah, so for example here, we don't get the take up the shield value, but I can just kill this thing. It's not incredible, but I want to keep the sky clear so this can keep getting in. And I don't want them getting Raven value. If they were going to play Raven anyway on 2, then I missed the damage by plotting. But no, they have something like Thunder Salvo. So I think that worked out fine. This is not triggering whether I play it before or after playing a land, but we're clearly playing it. Don't like Magda. Very rude to commit a crime. Duelist. I mean, I think we're playing Prickly Pear. It's not crazy to Arynx and take up the shield, but I think Prickly Pear is a lot better. Because then Outlaw's Fury is just about lethal next turn. I haven't done the math, but it should be a lot. Okay. Oh, they have to take up the shield? No. Skullduggery. Is this saddle 2? Yeah, sadly can't just use the Mercenary. But I can play Prickly Pear and saddle with that. Threatening to get in for 7 here. I mean, Outlaw's Fury is not lethal, right? Correct. Even if they let this in, it's what, 8? It's exactly lethal if I swing with everything and they don't block this, but that's not going to happen. So we're going to Prickly Pear here. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Saddle up. Play a Haster. And give it some more power. No. Wow. That's really scary. I mean, I guess they didn't have any blocks. Sure, but like, how can you take all that damage? You're just going to get slaughtered. I thought maybe a board clear, but I guess they just decided they're dead. Okay. Great. Well, that was a pretty cool turn. If they had like neutralized the guards or something, I think I might have thrown up. All my poor mercenaries and my Arynx completely neutralized. Blank Michael. I don't know what this means. Get out of town, man. Do nothing till 3? I have a lot of 2s I can draw, and many of them are red. I think you kind of have to keep this. No, because I can still absolutely kill them with a 6-card hand. The problem is I might just get an even worse 6-card hand. That's magic. There's only like 8 planes in the deck. So I'm getting like 1 in 4. It's just too much, too crazy. Okay, Claim Jumper can help make up for this deficit. Put back the Crime Land? So I can Lackey and then Airings? Or Lackey and then Show Off? I think so. We're certainly keeping. I want my untapped lands. And I want all these creatures. Wow. Well, we know they're not casting anything this turn. Just dying to surveil turn 1, huh? Okay. And we hit a 3rd land. That's pretty much all I could have asked for. Now I'd like no more ever, please, if that's okay. Sadly, I'm getting no value from this Claim Jumper, but giving this first strike is important. It's annoying. Ooh. Okay. What if I don't saddle up here? Because, like, I have, it seems to me, 2 options. I'm playing this either way. Oh, no, I thought I had 3 mountains. Okay, there's only, okay, apparently I thought I don't have enough mountains to do both of these things. So now this can't really attack. This can. This can't really attack. So I think like this to give first strike gives up 1 damage, but it means this 3 stays alive. And swinging with the 3/3 is fine. Not amazing, but fine. Maybe it's better to just not swing with the 3/3 and get in with the flyer instead. Because the 3/3 like is the attack is better when I can ride down, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, it is red, and my red mana on this is, you know, I'm sort of booked for red mana, right? But I don't have to ride down immediately. I think this is nice to keep building up the board. Nothing. They're planning to tap something, perhaps. I can play the Courser and then attack with everything but the 1/2. Or I can hold up ride down. Thing is, if I saddle up with the Courser, they're probably going to find some way to tap this or something. I don't know. Or stun the Courser. I don't know. I think it's just good to get more creatures down. I don't have to use ride down right away. Oh, that... Oops, I did that backwards. That stinks. I mean, that 3 damage is really important. I don't know how I got that backwards. I was just like daydreaming about hitting them in the face. And now I'm not going to get to. Yeah, missed 3 damage here. That's very bad for this kind of deck. Yeah, very funny. This saddles for 1. So this works. And I think giving this first strike makes some sense. I don't know, does it? Let's not. Let's just swing with everything. Cool. We're obviously riding down the 5/4 no matter what it blocks. I don't think I need to play this land out for any reason. I don't know. I wish they were at 7 instead of 10. Like if I had not messed up the attack on that previous turn. The saddle, not the attack. Don't look at my graveyard. Get out of there. Get out of that graveyard. What are you going to do with it? I'd like to saddle, but I guess I just have to go for all the damage. I guess I should play the land in case for some reason I need to sack this mid-combat and I draw a card that's expensive to play that I also want to play mid-combat. Man, that 3 damage, huh? Okay, I think we gotta say goodbye to you. We're looking good, though. I mean, blue-green doesn't have board clears. Except the 6-mana one that requires them to already have some creatures. I guess play this in case Outlaw's Fury reveals something I want to play during combat. And it's until end of your next turn, so I can still play... If the game somehow continues, and it gives me a land, I can still play it next turn. It's not like I'm missing out. Okay, well, turns out you don't have to play well. What did they do this game? They played a bunch of dorks and a 5/4, and that was it. Erring's too strong. They also played the removal spell. That wasn't in their graveyard because it was attached to my creature. Stop cold. They printed out cold in the last set, stop cold in this set. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some point at which they run out of phrases that mean the same thing. I don't know. Yeah. Great. They start the game at 19 instead of 20, and then I have a 2 and a bunch of good 3s. Demir. I guess we're not casting the Ruckus anytime soon. It's so distracting how these like constantly flash. Every time you have priority, but it's not your turn, it just like flickers into costing 5 for a sec and then goes back. Oh, that's rude. I think I'll just tether that. I don't want to tether that. I think I'm going to have to take a turn off here. Just develop a creature. I mean, I could Demonic Ruckus and push in for more, but it's wasteful to put that on a Roadrunner that can eventually get unblockable anyway. Would have liked a land so I could plot this and still play something. Okay, let's just get a creature out there. And this makes all the attackers better. But I wish I could get them lower than 15, that's for sure. What are you plotting? A 4/3 flyer. Okay. Ooh. Counters on all my stuff is pretty cool. Well, the really aggressive play would be Demonic Ruckus, the 1/1. Put a counter on... Oh no, this costs 2 to do that. Okay, that doesn't work. I think I'll just attack for 3, see if they're willing to trade their flyer for this. It looks like they are, because they didn't attack, right? But I think they just want to discourage attacking with the 2/2 as well. They might let this in. You never know. And if not, it's fine. I'll just play another Prickly Pear. They did. Okay. So I'm playing more Prickly Pears either way, really. And then, like, we can let the dogs out with this stuff. If they ever tap out again, it's kind of lights out, I think. Sacrifice 3 creatures. Well, that's sort of annoying. But I don't have to discard or anything. Yeah, I'm not too happy with this. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to keep a token instead of a 2/2? So I could attack with it as a 3/2? That seems crazy. It's tempting to tether one of these, but I think it's better to get a Vigilante out there and plot the Ruckus. It's not... Yeah, Vigilante. I got the name right this time. I don't think we're in great shape here. But... I mean, if the Vigilante were a 3/3 Menace double strike, that would be pretty cool. Right? Boo! You're a monster! What the hell? Tiny Bones... This doesn't give first strike, does it? No. I can't make any damn attacks. Well, I mean, I can make one with Ruckus. Put it on the... I guess I could make both by paying 3 for this, but that can't be right. So this is... cast a permanent from that player's graveyard, so either of these. I don't think I should allow that. Interesting. Okay. They won't tell me what this card is, or this card, sadly. But I know it's mine. Look at that card back. God, that Rush of Dread was really mean. Again, huh? I mean, it's got to be this one, right? It's not getting... I'm not paying 3 for this very often. They could kill me next turn. It's possible, but... not much I can do about that, obviously. So I just have to push the damage that I can. I forget, Siphon Insight, you can spend mana as over any color, yeah. Oh, it puts the text under... This isn't just generic text for may play. It's text that Siphon Insight used for saying how you can play it. That's a nice little detail. They found a plains. Hello. Alright. A land is nice, I think. This wipes the board and gets some damage through. I haven't counted out how much. Oh, actually, it just kills them, right? Because if they double block here, one of these is lethal, and if they don't double block, then this is lethal by itself. I don't think they're... I mean, there's like, you know, there are blue and black 1-mana instants. Got him. What was it? Oh, it was face down. It won't tell me. How do I know that one of them was take up the shield then? Oh, that's the one I exiled with Outlaw's Fury. Got it. They won't tell me what this card is. It's mine. I have to put it back in my deck. Are you saying I'm not allowed to look at it? Because I know in paper, right? Face down cards, you don't have to reveal to your opponent at the end of the game unless, like, an ability on that card was what caused it to be played, right? Like if you have Morph or Disguise or whatever, you have to show your opponent your face down morphs before when the game ends, so that if you played one illegally and they never found out during the game, you can get disqualified. You don't have to show other face down cards, right? If I don't know, what's an example of a card that lets me exile something face down? If I use a hideaway effect, right? And I put a card face down under my enchantment for the hideaway effect, at the end of the game, I don't have to show them what it was, which doesn't matter for best of 1. But for best of 3, it can matter. Opponent would want to know what your card was, right? And you don't have to show them. And so that rule says they don't have to show me this card, but like it is my card. I'm putting it back in my deck. I feel like, shouldn't I get to look at it? Again, it doesn't matter here. I'm curious. Let's look this up. MTG face down cards in exile at end of game. Siphon insight show to opponent. Like, is that a thing? Face down in exile. Yeah. Someone asks, do I need to reveal a face down card if it's put on top of my library? I have a face down card. Yeah, they're asking about like a morph. And you basically show it anytime you change zones, right? Yes, face down cards. If a face down permanent moves from the battlefield to elsewhere. Oh. If a player leaves the game, well, all face down permanents and spells owned by that player must be revealed to all players. At the end of each game, all face down permanents and spells, which could mean like it's only a spell if it's on the stack, right? If I cast a disguise creature for its disguise cost, it's on the stack as a face down spell. But just a face down card isn't a face down spell. That's interesting. I'll look more into this after the draft, I guess. Because I feel like... I don't know. I don't think they have to show me this card, but also it's my card. So I get to look at it as I put it back into my deck for game 2, right? I don't know. Like, are they going to require me to put it into my library face down and shuffle it so I don't see what they got? I guess in some sense it doesn't matter what they got because it doesn't tell me anything about their deck. Yeah, I already know I was running that card. It might tell me something about, like, their hand. Because, like, oh, they thought this card wasn't useful to play given the context of the game. I don't know. This hand sucks. But I'm keeping it. We're on the draw. We have 3 lands for, like, actual removal. If we eventually draw a mountain, we can maybe do something. Until then, I'm going to play Boros Control. Great. Very funny. What are you doing to me? Oh, yeah. Enjoy. It's very funny, isn't it? Mystical Tether, I think. Right? Lassoed. They're perfectly happy for me to exile this, it seems. Got 'em! I have a land. LOL. Or a mountain. This kind of stinks, huh? This is another one of those cases where I might want to plot this just to protect it from removal so that I can get more value out of it next turn. Not sure exactly how I would benefit from that. Yeah, let's do it. Because I can, like, play Lackey and Mystical Tether next turn, then this attacks for 3. They can't use sorcery speed removal this turn to kill it. Ooh. Oh. Kind of bold to plot that when you don't have a 4th land, isn't it? It's not an enchantment or anything like that, right? Okay. I can also just, like, Outlaw's Fury here, get in for a ton, and draw a card. Who cares about this Arinx? It's just attacking me. I think I'm okay to race this, and I do want to make sure that I can deal with this Dust Animus or whatever their 4-mana play is. Yeah. Let's just main phase I mean, let's just cast this now. I don't know. Nothing. Truly, huh? It's tempting to play the Airings so I could get a counter on it. But I don't know. I mean, I think casting this is pretty important, right? Yeah, fine. It's kind of annoying. Get that card draw. I mean, they know I have Mystical Tether. No! Oh, Requisition Raid. That's nice. They know I have that too, though. So this is Artifact of Creature. Okay, so we just do the thing, right? Target enchantment. Oh, I have a treasure. I mean, I have to kill this turn, but I don't have to Requisition Raid right now. I could consider killing this and then form a... No, that doesn't make any sense. Play this. And then in the future, I could Requisition Raid plus attack with, like, the Prickly Pear and this guy. Is it really that good to spend a treasure to put a counter on my flyer? Maybe it's not. Maybe this can wait. Yeah, let's get rid of their lifelinker. Like, it would have been cool to cast Mystical Tether while this was on the field, right? Make it a 2/4 that attacks as a 4, or 2/3 that attacks as a 4/3. Would have been cool. But I think having these guys on the field for the Requisition Raid is a big deal. Okay. So this is 2 mana, right? Yeah. No, 3 mana. And this is 2. This enchantment and this player, please. My guy! Yeah, that's one reason why, like, distorting my play to get a counter on that wouldn't have been so exciting. You can have whatever you want, dude. There you go. Take the bird down with you. Nice card. Ah! My dudes! I think I want 4 mercenaries. Do I want to attack first? Yeah, I'm okay with this trade. The law! It's lassoing me, man! This is so unfair. They get their Dust Animus back, but at least it doesn't have lifelink. Well, I want to play both of these, obviously. But I don't have to do any of it pre-combat. I think I need something to have 3 power in order to attack, even though it's just going to trade with a 1/1. So I might as well give it 4 power, right? Because if I attack with both of these, they're going to trade here and eat here. So yeah, let's give this a 4/1, so they have to trade with it. And I think we're... I think we're just saddling both of these, not using the Mercenary ability at all, right? Okay, which one are you going to kill somehow? That one has suffered an unfortunate accident. They're hanging on. I don't see a reason to not play this. I mean, if they play a land and I play a Claim Jumper, it would be better not to, but if they play a land, it doesn't really matter what I do, right? I don't know. Maybe there's some reason to do this, to keep it. Can't see a reason to play it anyway. I guess like Outlaw's Fury into another land or something? I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, now I can saddle this while it has 6 power, so they can't just double block and kill it. They have to jump. Okay, got him. Just make both of these 4 power and attack. Well, a sketchy starting hand, but it worked out. Sure, it was a good match. Some back and forth. Complicated decision about the requisition raid timing. I don't know if what I chose was best, but at least it worked. And I'm glad I didn't use a Mystical Tether on something earlier. The Dust Animus was plotted, and so yeah, eventually I knew it was going to be a problem, but it did cross my mind to just try to kill them before they get to 5 land by spending the Mystical Tether earlier. Decided against it, and as soon as that Dust Animus hit the field, I was very glad I had. Bean. Looking sweet. I don't have a 2-drop, but... Oh, this is the... I thought this was Claim Jumper. It's Frontier Seeker. We're absolutely playing the crime land. There's no reason to I mean, okay, yes, we could draw Omen Fort Vigilante or something, but... It's really much more important to make sure I have 2 and 3 mana on turns 2 and 3. Who are these people? Everyone's surveilling turn 1. You don't even know what you want yet. Relax. Okay, what are we missing here? Foreign Posse. There's the Vigilante. She was near the top. Ride down, lassoed by the law. Nothing. Opponent continues to nothing. This is a scout. It is not an outlaw. So I think it's Gila Courser time. And I want a claim jumper later, like, I don't know. You gonna counter? Okay, good for you. That's fine. Ish. Kind of annoying. Do I just tether this 3/3? Doesn't feel so hot. Lets me attack in for 2. Simic's gonna have some big stuff though, huh? If I just play the claim jumper, like, what am I accomplishing? I don't know. I'm building up to a big form of posse, I guess. This lets me get the treasure. That's the idea. Really brave play would be to tether, not play land, next turn claim jumper, then land. Seems very bad. I think we just play the claim jumper and a land and keep building up the board. Can't attack, very sad. Oh, I love this. Please hit me. They're not bouncing this, apparently. We're definitely playing this. The question is, are we spending the treasure to mystical tether something? And I think the answer is no. It's going to make a big form of posse next turn. And that's like my path to lethal. And none of this stuff really matters. Oh, that's not bad. They're feeling scared. Justifiably. So just casting Outlaw's Fury next turn is not really enough. Which means I don't think I'm making many attacks, possibly none. I could double block here, I guess. Trade one of my creatures for this 3/3 and keep my life total healthy. This is an island, though. No, it's a forest. Okay, so they can't have the -X -O trick. -4, I guess it would be. I don't like trading because I want to kill them, but 12 is low enough that I can't necessarily be super brave. I'd be committing to taking 4 again from this thing on the next turn. Maybe I could jump. I don't know. I think I'll take it. That's a nice draw, by the way. Because next turn I can play it and it has haste, so it benefits from the Outlaw's Fury. They have Snakeskin Veil? That's why they... Okay. It held out priority for them here. That explains the attack. They were going to 2-for-1 me there. Okay. I could attack with both of these. Trade one of them. Trade this for the 2-3, basically. I guess that doesn't make a lot of sense. It wouldn't even be a trade because they have Snakeskin Veil. Great. Crab's fine. I mean, it's a blocker, but it's not disrupting the Outlaw's Fury plan. So, what is this? 7, 8 attackers. They could block 5 of them. So 3 get in. Even if it's the 3 smallest, that's 9 damage. And that means all of my other creatures are trading with something at worst, right? Plus, this has trample. Yeah, I think we just go for it. I will Outlaw's Fury pre-combat, though. Because if they counter it, I do not want to go in. I don't know, maybe I just don't go in yet? Maybe I just, like, Mystical Tether something? If so, I should have played that before this. Maybe I just smash in with a 5-2 first striker? No rush? That's a cool idea. This guy is the posse leader. Look at him go. Okay, and now I just need to Mystical Tether anything. It doesn't really matter what. The 3-3? Sure. Maybe the creature with the most toughness? No. Okay, wow, Snakeskin Veil. Good job, you. I don't know. I mean, I knew they had it, but I don't mind them spending it here, really, I don't think. Okay, come on in. Shouldn't you have saddled with this so you could replay it, maybe? I don't know. Okay, they're passing. So I could try the same deal again. Because I am afraid of what they might have. Like, if they counter Outlaw's Fury, what exactly is my plan to kill them? I think it has to be, like, making this guy huge, right? But I think I can just do this. Like, I'm not going to play out Prickly Pear for the turn, am I? I don't think so. I don't know. They're acting like they have a counterspell, though. Yeah, I think I'll just keep doing this. If they do nothing, I mean, I could try Outlaw's Fury in combat, but that seems foolish. Like, it would be lethal if they didn't do anything, but we have to assume they would do something. kill the crab so that, like, if I do damage... I just don't want them, like, pumping this up to kill me. Snakeskin Veil, that's fine, I guess. Try to gain a bunch of life here. Okay, that works. Okay, so now I don't have to worry much about a counterattack. Don't care about Bristly Bill one bit. Okay, GG. Just had to wait him out. Make sure I didn't put myself in a position to lose to some trick. They didn't have the trick, it turns out. I could have killed them a long time ago. But this was the cautious route, which I think was appropriate. Minus 30. Thanks for not blocking. It does feel weird, though, like, to be a red deck playing against blue-green and saying, oh, let's take it slow, right? That's not how the matchup is supposed to go, right? You're supposed to want to kill them before they draw into something that stabilizes, but it just felt like the main way to lose would be if I committed to an Outlaw's Fury and they countered it. Like, even if I don't attack and I just cast Outlaw's Fury planning to attack and then they counter it, it's like, what am I doing now? I don't want to let them get value out of their counterspell, so let's just, like, attack with a 5/2 first striker, develop more board, you know, keep making things worse and worse for the opponent, use up their life resource, then force them to start using up their board resource. Like, I was in the commanding position that game. I didn't have to just, like, attack and hope for the best. So, I don't know. I was the aggro deck, but I was in control of the game in a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, describing playing around counterspells in general. But I just feel like casting Outlaw's Fury gives opponent too much control over how the game goes. Okay, well, 6-1. I told you. I mean, it's a shame you guys missed the draft. You saw how red-white... You saw the result that red-white was quite open. I'm glad we got to, at least once, have 4 mercenaries like I promised. And to Outlaw's Fury them all for lethal. Firewalker. Absolutely keep. I have a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and hopefully a 3rd land. Oh, this is in the deck. I've never seen this. I have a 5-mana spell in here? Wild. Really could use another land, though. Got him. I think it's just play this and no attacks. I don't really want to trade this for their 2/2. I don't really want to use Take Up the Shield right now. I do want the treasure quite a lot. So we'll just chill for a sec. Really? Well, that makes Shepherd better. I don't have any crimes to commit at this time. But I do have, like, a 1/1 counter generator, right? When I have Take Up the Shield, I think I just let this in. It's sort of sad. I mean, 2 is not a lot, but it sure would make Requisition Raid exciting, wouldn't it? I could swing with these two, representing a combat trick that would give this double strike and save this from combat. They'd block here, though. And then... No, I think it's Posse for 2. Pretty sad. Obviously, you would very much prefer, like, Prickly Pear for 3, for example. But with Requisition Raid, I think, like, that's the direction this hand wants to go in. Okay. Smash with everything? Planning Requisition Raid and don't use this Mercenary at all? I think so. This represents Outlaw's Fury, which I don't have, but... Wow. They're just setting up to get killed? Or maybe they have a Snakeskin Veil. This is a sorcery! I was going to cast this during combat. Well, that's a little sad. I should have pumped this in that case, I think. Could destroy their lifelinker. Trample's wasted then. I don't know. Yeah, this is so stupid. What have I done? They're gonna, like, Desert's Do me in response to the combat trick, aren't they? This is the worst. Give it a big oops. Yeah. I guess I'll ride this down just so I can keep more creatures on board. Okay, it's not so bad. I sort of feel like they should have faked death with... Oh, they did. I somehow thought they had faked death of the Varmint. Yes, the lifelinker makes more sense, for sure. Ooh. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm going to lose now. Maybe I would have been okay if I'd put the counter on earlier, but I don't think it was looking so hot. think I need... I only have 1 white mana. I can't even put counters on and then also take up the shield. I think I just need to hold take up the shield to block this. This is miserable. No, maybe I just raid now, because these are blockers for the Gigapede, and this is a blocker for that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Got him. We have a chance here, I think. I'll kill both. Or I hope so, anyway. Okay, so I don't have a mount in play. I could either play a mount or I could play the flyer and get to actually reanimate something. I think you're just supposed to spend the mana, right? I'd be wasting 3 mana this turn if I did this for the benefit of maybe saving 3 mana next turn. Oh, yeah, permanent. So I could take the Ruckus back. The Claim Jumper's pretty funny. I could catch up in lands. And it is a 3/3. And I don't have any crimes to commit. Yeah, I guess it's Claim Jumper. Let's do that first. Yep. Yep. And I think we're playing Arinx, so there's no need to do it pre-combat. In case of Holy Cow, I don't want to attack with this. I don't know, that's kind of silly. That's missing 1 damage for a very niche scenario. I forgot this had a counter on it, basically. What are they going to do to me, by the way? They're Golgari splashing red and white. Who knows? If I swing with everything here, they look dead, right? Like, I didn't do the math, but this is a lot. Yeah. Okay. So, a few blunders throughout this draft run. We are done, right? That was 7 wins, I think? Thinking Requisition Raid was an instant. That was kind of embarrassing. It didn't turn out as badly as it could have. And I still remember that turn when I saddled the wrong creature. Very embarrassing. Yeah, easy 7, I guess. Boros beats. Anything else to remark about the deck, perhaps? Good cards, bad cards? I mean, the 2 Outlaws Fury absolutely were worth it. Seems a little removal heavy for Boros, but there's just a lot of good stuff in this format. Demonic Ruckus was pretty good in the games that it saw play. As usual, like, Claim Jumper's land fetching effect didn't really matter ever. But it's a 3 mana 3/3 Vigilance. The thing is, I could have put in like a 3 mana 3/3 that gets counters on it, which might have been better. The Vigilance rarely mattered, so maybe I was supposed to run this instead of Claim Jumper? I don't know. Anyway, we made it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.